What's going on, you guys? It's your huggable hipster here, and welcome to how I do my reviews, question mark. Okay, here's the deal. I didn't really think I was going to upload this kind of video today, but somebody left 50-50 on a poll that I was supposed to know the answer to. Y'all have one job. I'm just joking, but really not. But also I am. Why? So there are several steps that I take in order to do my review. You guys are going to see inserts of clips throughout this video of just, examples of what I'm talking about to make things a little bit clearer as well. So the first step into anything, pick a game. And I want to clarify something. I just remembered this. Before I go any deeper, no, it isn't just game reviews that I do. I also do news articles. I also do tech reviews as well. But primarily, I feel like since there are a lot of people who want to do game reviews and a lot of people who have been asking me questions on how I got started in doing game reviews, I feel like this video is for you who want to do just game reviews. It's not going to be like the majority of what you do if you decide to go into journalism, because journalism is basically 9 times out of 10 going to just be gaming news, like what's hot that day. Yeah, the first step that you want to do in any game review that you're doing is find out what game you want to review next. So let's say, for example, I'm going to pick a game actually that I already just reviewed. It's going to be coming out next week, is Tormented Souls. So I picked that game to review, right? And then after that, you want to be able to make an outline of what kind of notes you're going to be taking. So since I like to incorporate a little bit of psychology into the reviews that I do, the control work, how it is story-wise, all that kind of stuff, I normally like to do for my outlines like little subheaders of like, okay, this is the color that I used for this and this is the color that I used for that. Also, I really like using colors. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I really like using colors for my reviews. I feel like with doing so many kinds of points, I feel like it brings a lot of clarity to the reviews. And using different colors for different subheaders and everything, it really makes everything not only look aesthetically pleasing, but just make it more organized. Now, normally what I do in this circumstance is I will take an hour out of my day and just go through and play the game. And while I'm playing the game, I will take notes while I'm doing that, whether or not if I see like bugs in the game or if I see any like psychological motifs that really stand out to me. It's all different things that you got to be taking into consideration, especially when you're doing a beta test. I feel like people don't do this enough, is take notes while you're doing a beta test. Like if you get invited to a closed beta or just a beta in general, please take notes because you want to give those developers really good feedback. But yeah, I'll be writing notes for the majority. If I can't think of anything, or if I get like too involved into the gameplay and I don't get to take notes, then I'll just make like little reminders for myself to write this down, because I don't know, for me personally, I know a lot of people don't do it this way. I love writing stuff out. I love being able to sit down and just write out notes, write out everything just in long form by hand, and then type it out into my Word document. It makes things, for me at least, so much easier to do. Because once you have a full outline of your article there, you pretty much are all done. You just need to clean it up in post. When I say post, I say like in the Word document. You just gotta clean it up, gotta write everything out, and you're basically good to go. So after you finish playing the game, after you're there, you're sitting at your computer and you're just, wondering, okay, how do I start this? This is where a lot of the time I will get writer's block, because what I do is I think of the title first, and then based off of like the notes that I have, I'll think of the title first, and then I'll go into like naming the header for the first paragraph, and then really going into the intro. During the day, maybe all I'll get done is the intro of the article. And the recent review that I just did for Tormented Souls is 6 pages long. So that lets you know like how much information there necessarily is in there, because it really is an in-depth game, Tormented Souls. But yeah, sometimes like during the day, like if anybody out there wants to do gaming journalism and all you get done during the day is your first header and the title of your article, that's completely fine. That is completely fine. Don't be too hard on yourself, because sometimes you get writer's block. Sometimes there are just situations of where like you can't think of the right thing, and that's perfectly fine. So after you finish your article, which will most likely take you a week, it should take you like a week to finish the article, not gonna lie. For me, it takes about, I would say like 4 to 5 days to finish an article. If I really need to pump out like a news story, the news story will take me a day, because I want to be able to get a news story out like right as it happens. Same with the tech review. The tech reviews, in comparison to writing a game review, they're all filled with actual like specs and things that you have to know and all these kind of like technical features and everything like that. Whereas a game review, you're basically giving your opinion. There's no really room for opinion when you're doing a tech review because it's all factual stuff. Like, not to say that in a game there's not factual stuff, but you're more basing it on your experience with how the game went and how this could have gone better or this could have, you know, done in a different scenario, whatever it is. It's not really up for speculation when you're doing a tech review. You know, it's there, you have it, and that's it. So normally whenever I'm writing up my reviews, I tend to try to think, okay, how is this going to attract people to continue reading, but also give them information as well? Because I'm not gonna lie, information can sometimes get a little repetitive and boring, so you have to try to spice it up. And then after that comes the part I literally hate the most, and that's editing the article, looking at the grammar, looking at how the formatting is. It's really one of the, I would say, the most time-consuming parts of doing the entire process. Like, you could say that playing the game is one of the most time-consuming parts, but when you have really bad grammar, like I do, you have to make sure that everything is looked over, double checked and triple checked. I still will like look back at some of my old articles and be like, oh God, why is there a run-on sentence? It's just, it sucks a lot of the time. I'm not gonna lie. There are going to be times of where you look at your article and be like, oh, well, I could have put this in, or I could have put that in. That part, that never goes away. It's the same with video editing. You look back at one of your old videos and it's like, I could have done that, or I could have put in this exponential fade. And it doesn't, you know, you gotta live with it. And sometimes it sucks because, you know, we're all perfectionists at the end of the day, and we have to live with things that we create. So yeah, after I finish up correcting the grammar and going over it, I post it then to Patreon, and that's where you guys get to look at it for early access, and you guys get to give me feedback if there's something that I missed or something that you guys want me to add, or, you know, some grammar thing that, you know, I missed in the, you know, when I was fixing it up. You guys tell me, and then I go back and I check it and I fix it myself. But then after that, what I do is I format it on Wix. I add pictures in to give some context, and then it goes out to the public. So yeah, that's basically my process for writing out an article, because it really is, after you practice it for so many years. I've been writing and doing article work since 2018. And it feels like it's, you know, been forever. I've almost written 100 articles. I'm actually like 3 or 4 articles away from that point. But yeah, that was the video for today, you guys. If you all like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below. If you guys have any more questions on how to write an article or journalism in general, please don't feel afraid to ask, and be sure to stay casually nerdy. I will see you all in the next video. Bye, you guys.